from Facebook that said the live audio is being reported as we speak. And so if you are on Facebook...
You mean the press conference?
Yeah. Literally, if you look, we just went from 200 to 0. 200 to 0. If you saw the broadcast just ended. We just came back, but I'm letting you know that they ended the broadcast because, guys, this is a real deal.
Yeah, that press conference was filled with hate and lies, and they should stop that kind of stuff.
No, I think
it's crazy. What's that about?
You know what that's about.
But media shouldn't be censored, right?
You know what that's about.
This is the dark side to technological advances. Like, it's real convenient and everything, but the censorship is off the chain when it comes to technology.
I mean, that was no when
is that where you just have enough people complain about it or something?
No, one person can complain.
Oh, you only need one.
One person can report.
You
so
know
we're back live.
You could get a breakdown of the building, of the address.
So we're gonna find out who's blocking the. But I'm just telling y'all. I was telling you all yesterday that realistically, what has happened is there is a new black media outlet. This story has to die. Mm-hmm. This story has to die. And it's like, because we refuse to allow it to die, you are going to start to see things like this. I'm going to tell you now, be prepared for what's in it for the black people media to be under attack. Mm-hmm. Real talk. So for those of you who are just now recovering or coming back to the live broadcast, Facebook sent us a note that said that we were violating copyright. Now, mind you, just because of that audio that we were playing. So some of you were kicked out of the live broadcast. They said
we can play what we want for critique, for
well,
education purposes.
Yeah, but you got to find the person to explain it to in the meantime.
In the meantime, shut us down.
Dang, Ruthie said it, though.
What?
The dark side.
Yeah, technology is fun until people push them buttons on you. Just shut that internet off. Think about how crazy we go around the house because everything is connected to the internet. Your Wi-Fi go out, now you can't watch TV. Your refrigerator go out, too, because it's connected to Wi-Fi.
What refrigerator you got?
I'm just aspiring.
Is low.
I'm just aspiring.
So for those of you, because I'm going to ask y'all to come on back.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. You all are looking for the broadcast. In case you did not know, we were just censored. Seems like censorship is a real thing around here.
I mean, I'm just looking in the comments right now. We got some people saying that, I got reported for my status about this and it was deleted because it didn't meet community standards. Somebody else said I got put on probation for a comment I made a few days ago. See, I ain't saying their names because I don't want the Facebook people to know who they is.
So, y'all.
But Facebook jail is a real thing, though.
Yeah, Facebook jail is a real thing.
I know a lot of people have been in Facebook jail, yeah.
Well, there would be nothing they would like more. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about rainbows and lollipops. Remember when we used to do rainbows and lollipops? Bring rainbows and lollipops. Because there's nothing wrong in Chicago. I'm just going to tell y'all like this. Y'all, this is...
You're in it. We need the cameras. City's so real. This is so real right now, guys.
I am kind of thrown off. I'm a little thrown off.
Did YouTube get shut down too? Just saw somebody in the comments said that. Now, if that happened at the same time, then... Okay.
Black Mirror, Netflix, watch it.
Watch it right here with the media.
How technology goes amok.
We were about 196.
So YouTube got shut down too?
35.
Yeah, wow. YouTube went out too.
It pauses and YouTube though pauses and comes back. It doesn't completely take the broadcast.
Yeah, so YouTube, we like real talk right here live. You all just witnessed the censorship of what's in it for the black people media. Real talk, we were literally talking to 217 people when it was on Facebook. The YouTube was at 186 live. It's now 36 and 161. Remember how I told y'all, I just want y'all to understand this. Remember how I told y'all people may not like me, but they never accuse me of lying?
I ain't never heard nobody say that.
They never have accused me of lying. And so when you see something like that happen, and for those of you that were part of the broadcast, you just went away.
Legit.
They legitimately said to me, you will now no longer have any new live viewers. And I watched as it went from 217 to 1 to 40 to what? Did y'all unsubscribe? No. So I think you all need to understand where this mayor's office is. If they can't talk to us, they're going to try and stop us from talking. Just think about that.
Or they'll pay you off.
But when you can't
remember
be
when you
Bob-
asked, but that's the whole thing. Remember when you asked me about the questions this morning? And you said, would you give them the questions in advance so they could write the answers on paper?
Mm-hmm.
And I said no. They was like, well.
You ain't say that. You said,
Which translated to hell no. And I'm going to tell you, did y'all notice that I had put up a poll that said, do we trust the mayor? Yes, no, hell no. And I spelled it HAYLENAWL. And that poll was going a little crazy.
This is why you have to watch live. We're all watching it together. Imagine being in your house and watching this happen. You're seeing it.
Like, y'all,
Like this happened
no,
right
you
now.
know what actually, what, imagine being Miss Betty trying to watch this on Facebook and it go out. So she might be on to something with the radio, though.
I'm going to help Miss Betty out.
ooh,
No, I'm going to get her together.
man, y'all, I'm going to just tell y'all. We just got censored live on air.
Y'all got censored. I'm still talking. I'm still talking.
Hey, y'all, well, let's do this. Let's see if this works. Play the promo again, and let's see if they block that. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, man, we going to push it. Let's push it. We'll be back.
Today we learned that a Kentucky state grand jury found that the officer responsible for killing Breonna Taylor. Rulings like this one set us back and come as yet another challenge to the hard work and progress we have already made. It means we fight even harder against the systems of inequality and injustice designed to keep too many of us down. We will and we must continue to say her name. We will and we must continue to demand justice. And we will and we must do everything in our power to prevent any more names from being added to this roll, like George Floyd, or closer to home, Rekia Boyd, and Laquan McDonald, and too many others. I want you to know that I support you and will do everything in my power to protect you.
Regarding the CBS 2 story last night about the raid on the social worker's home, why did your administration go to court to try and prevent the body camera video from being broadcast? And why is your administration asking a federal judge to punish Miss Young for sharing video of her own home being raided?
And I watched that video. Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Because the COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up.
You have the wrong place. You got the wrong house. You got the wrong house.
We will and we must continue to say her name.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black
You
folks.
are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Taj Stroger, Miss Ruthie Moore, Sonia Escobar. Hey, y'all. Mayor Lori Lightfoot, I'm going to move on in a minute, but I do want to take some phone calls. First of all, let me just tell y'all, if you are watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, and you lost the broadcast, it's because we got a message from Facebook that our last broadcast was censored. That somebody had reported us. I don't know who would report us. I'm sure nobody black would do that, right? Right? We talking about black life. I thought black life mattered, right? Unless it's a screaming black woman. It's okay though. I'm gonna be cool. I'm just be censored, y'all. But I do want to take some phone calls. Give us a call 872-259-7474. Did the mayor sell it? Are you buying it? I don't know how I feel about that. Let's go to Doc. Doc, is that Doc, the ex-cop?
Yes, it is. What's up, my brother?
What's up, my brother? How
What's
you
up,
feeling,
Doc?
Doc?
What's up, Ruthie?
Morning.
What's up, Sonia?
She said hi. You can't hear her mic ain't on. Doc?
Oh, okay. The first thing I want to say is the mayor is going to go back to the old playbook, and they're going to tell us the same thing Pat Camden used to tell us. Don't believe your eyes, believe your ears. Or don't believe your ears, believe what we're telling you. They're going to tell us we're going to go back to the book on training. I did a lot of search warrants. I had to go to search warrant classes. There's training already set in the general orders on how to do search warrants. The first person that should be held accountable is the person who went to the judge to get the search warrant signed. She's saying that they don't want to give up the confidential informant. You don't have to give them up. All you got to do is be able to say who it is. We don't want to hear that Bebe said that this is what happened. Who is Bebe? Don't give us no nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with an actual person. Also, they came up with the rule about turning your camera and microphones off. That sergeant who turns his stuff off should be drawn on the floor right now. The mayor is doing exactly what we knew she was going to do when she did it to Willie Wilson. When she told Willie Wilson, "Come on in, I'm gonna bring you in, and I'm gonna make you part of my committee." And after the first meeting, said you're no longer wanted.
So, Doc, you're suggesting that she didn't sell it or she did sell it, and will black people forgive her now?
She's telling us she's above being forgiven right now.
Are black people gonna forgive her though? You know we like to forgive people. Ruthie already over here
No.
sending her a card.
No.
Really?
We are forgiving people. She's hoping on that. We're gonna forgive and forget like we always do. As long as it stays in the forefront, we're not gonna forget. I was watching Channel 2 News last night, and they were asking why they keep repeating this. Miss Young said she doesn't mind this being repeated because she doesn't want this to happen to anyone else, just like Laquan McDonald. They repeated it because they didn't want it to happen to anyone else.
Man, Doc, that's why we keep talking about it, and I know that's why people are coming at us. And it's like I feel like I don't want to beat a dead drum, but I really do. I really do not want to let this go. I just feel like black folks will be done forgot, and somebody grandmama is going to be standing up there. And we know that there's other video. We also know that there's other videos. You know, we know that there's other videos. I'm not sure why the mayor even tried to protect this, because she could have just blamed it on everybody. But she didn't want to blame it on her. That's because of her white. That white lawyer is typical of the people that she has employed. And think about it, she went right back to the same well to go replace Mark Flessman, right? 25-year friend, worked at the U.S. Attorney's Office together, blah, blah, blah. I know and trust this person. They're above integrity and reproach and what? Let's go to the call. Caller, you're on the live line. What's up? You're talking to the Maze Jackson Show. You forgive the mayor yet? Caller, we hear you.
Hi. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Man, I just want to say that I feel like Lori could be forgiven if she hadn't tried to vilify Anjanette Young.
That woman?
It's like she turned off black women when she did that. We black people forgive everybody. We forgive all races and everything like that. We can forgive a lot, but what we can't do is when you try to turn on your own. That's the issue. It's like they got to kill us in order for them to take us serious. And even then, they still don't take us serious when they kill us. Look at the census and rate for all the police killings around the nation of black people. But I want to also say this to you, May. Censorship is a sign that you're doing something right. So you keep doing your thing, brother.
Well, thank you, sister. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just telling you, censorship is a sign, right? Unless you're in Russia. Shoot, then it's a sign your fingers getting ready to get cut off, or you gonna get poisoned. All right,
Hey, you know what? I think this is classism. This is standard classism.
So do you? So
No,
wait,
this
what do
is
you mean?
white supremacy.
Wait, the mayor is black.
Which is
Stop.
pretty
Stop.
much the same thing.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The mayor is black. Okay, so help me understand both. You call it white supremacy. You call it elitism. Help me.
I said classism, but elitism is pretty much the same thing.
Help me understand what you mean
But
by that.
and I agree with Ruthie. I think white people feel that they belong in a class that is above everybody else, and then when certain people reach a certain level in the white collar world, they feel like, well, no, I'm in that class, and everybody else is, we can kick you if you're down, and we can say, well, it was an accident, so we don't have to take any true responsibility.
So I say white supremacy because this did not happen under the mayor's watch. And so for the mayor to then
Kick it to the curb?
not kick it to the curb, but to kick it to the curb and be like, that woman. So the mayor really could have navigated this, but she chose, the mayor drew her line and said, actually, I'm on the side of white supremacy in this system. So by the way that she tried to uphold that system and vilify that black woman in the process, we can't go for that.
Right, and it's embodied to me in that point in Sonia's promo when she says, "Look, I know that judge," right? Like, and it's like the
We're
black
part of the same group.
right?
Not just that I know that judge, but she said I think she used the word trust, right?
You
I
got
think
it.
trust was in it.
Sonia like, "Dag nabbit, you better give me a plan." But I think that's so poignant in that promo, why I thought it was so important. I feel like there's so much in this whole situation. Like, again, you don't even got to cut it, Sonia. I want y'all to listen to the promo. Because if you just listen to the promo, think about how she used Black Death to her advantage for national. And I'm going to also say, I don't think that this really, in my estimation, The only reason she's responding the way she is because of the national response. I don't think she responds to what happens locally.
I think she do.
I think that when she looked up and all them people that was running around saying the great black mayor, when Joy Reid, when Tamika Mallory, when all them people, like who does she care about offending in Black Chicago?
See, the mayor has been masterful at crafting her image. And so once you lose control of your own narrative, it's just public relations nightmare 101.
Tell me about it.
Sonya, play the whole promo. Just play. Listen, y'all.
Today we learned that a Kentucky state grand jury found that the officer responsible for killing Breonna Taylor. Rulings like this one set us back and come as yet another challenge to the hard work and progress we've already made. It means we fight even harder against the systems of inequality and injustice designed to keep too many of us down.
We back.
We will and we must continue to say her name. We will and we must continue to demand justice. And we will and we must do everything in our power to prevent any more names from being added to this roll, like George Floyd, or closer to home, Rekia Boyd, Laquan McDonald, and too many others. I want you to know that I support you and will do everything in my power to protect you.
Regarding the CBS 2 story last night about the raid on the social worker's home, why did your administration go to court to try and prevent the body camera video from being broadcast? And why is your administration asking a federal judge to punish Miss Young for sharing video of her own home being raided?
And I watched that video. This case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the...
Did you hear the woman screaming? Did you see the video? Do you trust the white judge, federal judge, to look out, have the best interests of Angelique play? And God, Anjanette Young played her.
Federal court, the federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Oh my God, this cannot be right. How is this legal?
Because COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this.
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up.
You have the wrong place. You got the wrong house. You got the wrong house.
We will and we must continue to say her name.
So y'all, I think of the mayor and I listen to that press conference and I think about, let me ask you a question. Who's advising her? You think it's black people telling her how to respond to this?
It's white supremacy advising her.
What did you say?
Want me to say it again?
Yes.
It's white supremacy that's advising her. At first, when the mayor didn't know, right? And we was like, dang, her legal counsel bogus. They ain't really telling her nothing. Really, she just a pawn. She a puppet. And really, the legal counsel was the head of Chicago. That's the real mayor. But then to find out, okay, maybe she really did know. And he was unwilling to to literally take the blame. Like, nah, sis, this ain't got nothing to do with me. We still friends, but I'm about to dip out. Forget y'all black people. I ain't taking the responsibility. This was not a cover up. So then I said, well, okay, so where does the responsibility for this lie? And truly, I don't know. I think,
is it the system?
No, really, it is the system. It's the system.
But where
of white
does Lori
supremacy.
fit in that system?
She is a pawn in the system of white supremacy.
Pawn, or is she a player? She's the mayor.
I think she's a pawn. I think she's a pawn because even at the end of it, she was still unwilling to. I ain't gonna say denounce her friend, but she was still unwilling to be like, bro, forget this.
That makes her a player.
That right, exactly.
I think that's a pawn.
No,
because look,
you can always lose your job.
Because who's the one that's having to now explain all of this? She is. While he going off back to his house in Naperville.
Yeah, but who hired him?
He hired her.
No, who hired him?
No, y'all hired her
and fought to
protect him.
To protect him when they wanted to kick him out.
Let's stop. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
You are tuned in to Minding Our Black-Owned Business. We have now one team.
You and Michael talked about some key steps. Basically, the project needed insurance. I'm now in the space of commercial real estate and trying to understand what that looks like. And so I have a wonderful, normal insurance person that, when I'm doing events and stuff that covers it.
Yep.
But what happened is when you have commercial real estate, there's different insurance you need. And when you're getting a loan, my bank wanted 133% of the actual loan project covered, right? And this number was high in the six figures. We got the quotes from bigger companies like the State Farms and the Countryside and all of them. That's who they were with. I was getting back prices like between $11,000 and $15,000 for like a 6-month policy, for a construction policy. And we got to eat this ridiculous amount of money. And mind you, it's COVID. My company, there's no money coming in. Everything was stopped. I'm like, we got to do it. We got to get this insurance. Michael did that post. And with me, I'm always trying to support not just Black, but my own. If I know you, it's a trust thing, right?
Yep.
So I immediately, as soon as I sent that post, I text Mike. I'm like, dude, can you do this? And it was like a Saturday night. He hit Junior. Really? I'm like, oh, send that contract right now, Junior. We good. And I mean, literally, I didn't know that because we're so used to hearing brands doing insurance. What I've learned during COVID is to stop and really read. I love the pictures and everything, but when you start to read the context, like people be like, when Michael or people are putting stuff and they're saying, are you really reading?
Right.
Or are you just going along with everybody saying congratulations and filtering the first thing that pops up that Facebook wants you to say? And Michael has coached me in so many things that literally saved me money. And I wanted people to know, especially when you're getting into commercial mixed use, if it's property, you need someone with insurance. My insurance person told us, she says, it's best to go through someone like Michael, but people don't know those companies exist because what happens is they would actually solicit Michael for pricing. Then Michael would give them a price. Then Country Time put their pricing on it. And then the agent has to put their prices on it. And that's why you get triple the cost.
Right.
Everybody's hand is in it because they're reaching out to brokers.
Hey family, this is Dawn Millhouse from the Book of Dawn. Christmas and holiday time means giving to me. Make certain that you give of yourself to somebody else. This is Dawn. Happy holidays from the Book of Dawn.
And you can tell them, May said, we want to know what's in it for the Black people.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ty Stroger, Ruthie Moore. So, Ruthie, you said that the mayor is a pawn in the game of white supremacy. Todd, you say no. I'm going to start with, ladies first. Ruthie.
What you want to know?
I want to know how you say she's a pawn and not a player in the game of white supremacy.
So the reason why I have concluded this is because watching that video and not having a human reaction means that, okay, it's something wrong. So I said, what is psychologically going on?
I told you she don't like black people from bullying her back in the day.
But I think that it's upholding the system of white supremacy. Now, granted, y'all know we had an interesting summer and spring this year. And so in the face of all of those things, she sided with white supremacy. But as the mayor of all of Chicago, it's a little bit justifiable. But to me, as a black woman, it's not justifiable when I hear Anjanette crying out. I can't, that don't sit well. And so that's why I say, like, okay, that is a true, she insulated by white supremacy. And that system was able to insulate her for a minute. Because think about it, this happened a while ago. They've been trying to fight for that release. So it insulated her long enough. But now it was a bunch of missteps. So the mayor not only needs to let them police go, but mayor, you might need to let your publicist or your press PR person go or put them in some trainings or something.
Them and the political, whoever is your political.
Yeah, because it was, I mean.
Politics is great.
It was really like politics 101 wrong, the wrong thing to do.
Now, Todd, you got some experience with this.
Well, I guess that she
being
the mayor.
Okay.
Kind of speaks from the top of her head when she's on the podium.
Sort of like Donald Trump?
Yeah, kind of Trumpish. Like, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I don't need a script. Because, we've been saying since she's been there, she'll get on the podium and they'll ask her something. She'll give an answer like she actually knows. And then later she's like, well, that's not how it actually works. Once she finds out.
I'm a liar. But you all dress it up. But I'm just saying, like, how many bold-faced lies? Like, if my mom...
But
like,
why did she lie? Is the why important? Because politicians lie all the time.
I think she just likes to sound like she knows everything.
Yes. I think she is the person who comes to the party and knows... I did that before. I went there before. Oh, I know better than you. And it's like, no, sis. And it's funny because she, in my estimation, is surrounded by white people. And so when you're surrounded by white people, they verify your blackness for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So all the white people are like, yeah, that's a great idea for the black people.
Right. And they can't give you any help in the situation.
They can't. Nobody that she has right now can empathize with this situation. That's why she had to tell us that she had black women friends. Right? Like, no, seriously. She was like, when I talk to my black women friends who I never talk to because I really don't have any. Let me be clear.
No,
I think the mayor got some black women friends.
But they all somewhere in that 2%.
Well, but it's not even the 2% because I think there are black people that are in the 1 or 2% that could still be conscious. I think that
See, you and Ruthie always holding out that I'm going to be a millionaire one day. I need to keep up with these guys.
No,
even if you are going to be a millionaire, you got to tell the truth about them.
But so here's the thing. I think that the people that the black people that the mayor has surrounded herself with they're happy to be there. They don't see themselves as representatives of us.
It was a reform agenda.
Wait, I'm lost now. Help me.
So I think that the people that the mayor...
Ruthie thinks reform is like black nationalism. No, reform is these white folks are in charge instead of those old white folks.
I know, but I'm just saying that. I mean, but you have to think about the way she marketed her campaign. Like the exploitation of the Chicago way is what allowed a Lori Lightfoot to come in and seize things. So now y'all can't be mad because y'all been operating all these years at a deficit and somebody came in and swooped in.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying like this.
This happens every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm saying like this, but now she don't get a pass on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm saying I'm not. Here's what I'm saying.
She doesn't get a pass on what? On the neglecting the black community?
No, that too. But I think that what she doesn't get a pass on is she doesn't get a pass on her blackness. Right? I feel like she comes in and her blackness is a badge that she wears for white people. Let me back up. Her blackness is something that she puts on for convenience when she's in trouble and needs to come to us.
Mm-hmm.
Her lack of blackness is what she markets to her white colleagues. That's what makes her go get Sam Skinner, the George Bush's chief of staff, to do the real rebuilding plan of Chicago. Because the people that advise her have no conscience of what happens for us.
Right. Until she comes to a picnic and throws down the ace of spades and says, get up!
So wait, are you saying that they have no idea or do they just not care?
I think they have no idea and they don't. I think they
cannot relate to you.
Because you have to have your head in the sand if you don't know what's going on the south and west sides of Chicago.
So
I think white people relate to you.
No, but white people, I mean, I think you can look at City So Real and you look at Christy Hefner and all those rich people up in the room and they were telling us how great Rahm was, and then you saw the white people in Lincoln Park who were walking their dogs who was like, what do you mean Laquan McDonald?
Yeah,
and so
they have no idea.
And I would tell you that Lori Lightfoot was brought into the Laquan McDonald situation to help white supremacy.
Okay, what you mean by that? Explain it. Like
okay,
to kind
if
of
you
quail,
were Rahm,
to quail us, to quail the Negroes?
If you were, Lori Lightfoot was put in place by Mayor Daley initially to quell black folks. right? I mean, not to quell black folks, but to handle certain business. In my estimation, Lori Lightfoot, whenever there's been a police problem that has never been fixed, she's always the go-to person, right? So they went to her twice on the police board issue. I am saying that she is a protector of white supremacy. Because what was the outcomes? Lori Lightfoot was brought, when Rahm Emanuel was in his most trouble, who did he call? Lori Lightfoot. Lori just double-crossed him and said, shoot, I could turn this into a mayoral run.
I can do this job.
But when they said, how do we, because let me tell you, Lori Lightfoot was the same thing as this federal judge thing that they're trying to put out. She was a former federal prosecutor that has the appearance of being above the law, being a stalwart law person.
Right.
White that then got brought in, black woman who could then deflect on the Laquan blackness, take the black sting out of it, but still be official, lawyerish, talk that smack.
Right.
Rahm Emanuel did not plan on Lori Lightfoot taking the plan and saying, I'm going to double cross you. He called up and said, look, I got this problem. We got to get through this Laquan McDonald thing, and I think you're the person to shepherd it through. Now, he probably called somebody else and said, who's the best black team player we got? Right? He probably called, look, I'm in trouble. Somebody called him and said, look, Lori is our girl. She's handled these. When we had the scandal regarding procurement, we brought her in and it quelled it.
And what did you say earlier?
What?
Either to get a judge or a U.S. attorney.
You get a judge or a U.S. attorney to go over your stuff and then tell everybody that you have a clean bill of health, but here are the things that you need to fix, and then you fire those people, and then the hope is that that's what happened. Lori was that person.
Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
What's funny, though, is I was just thinking about that. An attorney just hit me up and was like, she's an attorney. She's a defense lawyer. She's argued with federal judges. It's part of her career. It's part of what she does. So when it was Anjanette, though, it wasn't. Right? Like, you go to court all the time saying that the federal judge is improper or that you want to argue with what the judge says. That's why you hire a lawyer. She ever did a bench trial? Right? So, again, the lies just don't stop. The lies just don't stop. No, maybe she didn't. You think that she was a successful attorney and never argued with the judge?
Well, I will say, just because she was an attorney doesn't mean that she did a bench trial or anything like that. I don't know what her role
settled.
was.
But remember, her job in corporate law was to represent white corporations that were accused of violating the rights of black people. Now, when she was asked about that on the campaign trail, she said, look, those people got settlements that made their lives better, right? And so we settled out of court. But again, her job was...
she didn't argue with judges.
Right. Well, her job, though, was to, again, sell white, as Ruthie said, sell white supremacy or to help white people get out of the crime of white supremacy by paying settlements, right? So when you're a large company and you violated the rights of a black person, you go get a black attorney who says, this is how we're going to deal with these Negroes. And the white guys say, Lori, you did a great job disenfranchising those black people. Yes, we did a great job. Let's go out and have scotch and cigars, right? And that's when she becomes one of the good old boys because, again, you've helped, as Ruthie said, further white supremacy. Now, in a corporate space, and we would look at that as proud, but she took that, went to a white shoe law firm, white shoe meaning super expensive.
That's not what I thought it meant.
Yeah, well, white shoe.
I think that's because Mays made that up. I'm pretty sure it's not a white shoe.
Yeah, it is a white shoe. Look up white shoe law firm.
I will during the break.
Okay, so we'll talk about it.
But if I'm wrong, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. It's the Mays Jackson Show.
Dang, Lori.
Right.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Where my steppers at? This is retired State Senator Ricky Hendon. This is my new song, Be My Christmas. It's
on my House Party CD, produced by house music icon King Farley. It's available on my website, HollywoodHenry.com, various streaming platforms, and CDs. The album also has songs like We Getting Lit and Rona Money. Get the House Party CD in time for Christmas and New Year's Eve. This is our new song, We Getting Lit. Just in time for New Year's Eve. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Go to HollywoodHenry.com and get my music. Let's bring in 2021. Ricky Hollywood Hendon. Don't forget me, y'all.
This is the king of house music, Farley Jack Master Funk, and I endorse Hollywood Ricky Hendon. Let's go to work.
Where my steppers at?
Baby, like the tree, I will be all that you need. Unwrap you underneath the mistletoe. We can sip some wine, kiss you from head to toes. Baby, don't you ever let me go. I want you to know it's alright. Wishing you be my boo. Can you please be my prince?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ty Stroger, Ruthie Moore, Sonia Escobar. I said we was going to get to this. We going to get to it. Y'all got
I
any
looked
calls?
it up and Maze is wrong.
Any calls?
Oh, my stimulus check.
Maze
You
is
getting a
wrong.
stimulus check?
I hope so.
You
I'm
make
sorry,
too
that was
much.
on the side. Go ahead.
No, Maze is right. But
I'm used to
it's
it.
actually deeper than what he thought.
I'm used to it. Go ahead. How deep is it?
But it was actually Ruthie who discovered it, so I'm not going to be the one to say.
She said it. White shoe. If you describe a firm as a white shoe law firm, it has roots back into anti-Semitism. I don't think when it's referred. Actually, I remember the reason that white shoe law firm came up was because I remember when they were describing Lori Lightfoot's path after leaving City Hall, was that they described it that she went to a Mayor Daley well-associated white shoe law firm.
Oh.
And so I was, and what people knew to say was that she essentially benefited from taking the black heat off of white people. There you go. There it is.
All right, I'm going to say more because Ruthie want to be silent.
Mayor Lori
Because
Lightfoot.
Ruthie trying to keep friends.
Okay,
I
go
don't
ahead.
have any friends.
Go ahead.
So it's easy.
Go ahead.
So from the definition, these are old firms, Fortune 500 companies that have been around for 100 years. They take care of, like May says, the white people who got everything in the world.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestants, WASPs. I think it probably has expanded. But again, I don't think it still has necessarily the anti-Semitic. I think that's probably way back in the day, right? Like when it first came out, when they did it. And I'm not going to deny
That's like the
history.
60s. It's the 60s.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I can see that, right? And it's where the Ivy Leaguers.
Things have changed, but not a lot. But things have changed.
Yeah, but I would say that the firm that she went to, it's like Winston & Strawn is one of those firms. You know, it's those firms where you go to and you're going to get paid $2,000 an hour.
Yeah. I wasn't talking. I was golfing with a engineer. He had an engineering company. He was in a country club. He's a Jewish guy. And he told me he tried to join one of the South Suburban country clubs back in the 70s. And he told him his name, and the lady on the phone said, well, we're restricted. You know what restricted means?
What?
We don't take black people and Jews. That's what it meant.
Ooh, good old integration.
I mean, I would rather go to a black country club as long as y'all don't barbecue on the hole. Y'all cannot be barbecue.
I want to join Michael Jordan's country club. There's only gonna be 100 members.
Oh, you know that ain't black then.
Hold it, Ruthie. Don't you start.
Well, it might be, but they're going to be all athletes and entertainers because 100 members. That means that they're all paying $100,000 a year or something
Man,
crazy.
they paying more than that, right? And if you got Mike on the court, we gonna stop talking because Ruthie gonna make me mad. Dissing Michael Jordan.
Listen, I like the statue outside the United Center.
Man, did you see what they did to the Blackhawks statue outside the United Center?
What
They had for Columbus Day, that bad boy got it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody could get. Was you out there?
No.
Okay. You
no.
wouldn't admit it anyway.
Who was the statue of? I can't remember.
Stan Mikita.
Because he's
it's Bobby Hull.
Makita's like some kind of Eastern European, isn't it?
Bobby Hull. It's the Blackhawks. It's like the big three. Like it's like 3 Blackhawks with an Indian head on top of it.
Yeah,
a Native American head.
Yeah, right. A Native American head.
All right, my fault. No diss, Kamala.
Wishing you were my boo.
Ricky.
It's stuck in my head. I'm telling y'all, I cannot get it out of. How do you get songs out of your head?
You put another one in there.
Yeah, you put another one in there.
I don't know if I can find one as catchy.
Okay. I'm telling you, she
She's
pop
gonna
up
be
in
the
this
new
video. Right.
She'll be driving the car.
Right, with a whole hat on, talk about Ricky
We
gonna be like,
want some gifts.
gotta have some gifts, and you ain't even gotta get the kids in that case. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson
Ricky,
Show.
you gonna valet my parking?
Rick, you know what?
He was in the comments. I saw him this morning. Good morning.
Shout out to Ricky.
This is a family show, Ruthie.
Right. Valet. All right, check this out, y'all. Real talk. Before we go, because I still want to do this, and I'm gonna get to it. Who were the 5 people that who were the people who had the most impact on Black Chicago this year? So here's where I'm gonna go.
I got my list.
Okay, so in the all right, so we're gonna pick these categories: politics, business, education, spiritual, grassroots. We gotta add media in there. All right, so who do you think had the most impact on Black Chicago this year politically? I'm gonna go with you first, Ty. Don't be cheating on my paper.
Oh well, shoot, it would be the mayor.
Okay, you said.
Are we talking about black people or people just in general?
Impact on black people?
Oh,
like you don't have to
People
be black.
of color?
No, black people.
I'm still going with the mayor.
Okay, the mayor. Who you got for the most? Who had the most impact on black people?
I'm gonna go with Dr. Willie Wilson.
What?
Yep.
You trying to get a check?
No, he's showing us a different way. And I really appreciate him being in the position to not only say, but also do. And all the masks he gave away. That man was like the Corona hero.
Oh,
and didn't get appreciation for it.
Dang on it.
I
Todd,
can go with
who you picking? But you said the mayor's too late.
No, I'm sticking with the mayor. No, I wouldn't go with Willie Wilson, but I mean, I can appreciate Ruthie's.
Can I just tell y'all
You
something?
can't piggyback off me.
Right. Can I tell you? First of all, you weigh too much. I cannot see Ruthie carrying you around. Could you see you and Ruthie playing?
Hey, we ought to try that live.
A chicken.
I'll jump on your back, Ruthie.
You know what?
Go from here to the door.
My core is very strong. I'm pretty sure I could lift you up, Todd, on my back.
I'm sure you could too. You just gotta lift with your legs. Anyway, first of all, and Todd is only like $120 wet.
I don't know what you would win, but I know we both would lose if she fell.
Okay, so let me say this. I am going to pick the mayor.
Ooh, okay.
And I am going to say that she had the most impact on Black Chicago because I think she has been the perfect harbinger of the destruction of, I think she is the perfect person to destroy the remaining black infrastructure in Chicago. Let me say that I think from her lies, let me back up. From the moment that she told those young kids to move along in the first weeks of the pandemic, to watching the South Side and the West Side burn while denying that it happened, then it went up 2 other times where she protected everybody but black folks from her legal counsel saying that he would allow black aldermen who spoke up for blackness to be sued from her ensuring that we did not get a piece of the cannabis business, to the people that were assaulted during the pandemic by the people that she paid, to what we just saw with Anjanette Young. I think that the mayor has, over the course of this year, really defined where black people sit politically and respect-wise in this city, considering that on top of that, all of the pro-immigration stuff, action that she took. So I got to say that the mayor had the most impact on black people, but I will say that it was mostly negative.
I can name another person I feel like had a really good impact.
Give me.
Maze Jackson.
No, that's not it. Politically?
Yes. No, Maze, you're in the middle category between politics and media. So you get your own category.
Oh.
So I would just like to say I appreciate you for, I hate to use the word standing your ground. But I appreciate you for being 10 toes down.
Appreciate
10 toes down.
10 toes down.
You never heard that, Todd?
No, but I figure it's somewhere.
Todd, like I got like 3 down.
That's one of those phrases that is below the Mason-Dixon line. That's why she knew it.
You know, 10 toes down is like the hood now. Everybody uses it. I got you. I got your back.
I got another political person.
Who?
Todd Stroger.
Go ahead.
Because, you know, Todd, you was down for a minute, and the world had you up against the ropes. And you know what you said? You know what? I'm going to put in my 2 weeks formal notice, but I'm going to be there. I'll be there, Maze. So your political insight, sometimes it be bothering me, but I appreciate you because you are yourself no matter what. I be trying to shake you, but
I appreciate that.
You know, if it didn't bother you, Ruthie, I wouldn't be doing my job.
But can I tell you what I also tell you I enjoy much about this conversation is that I always say that when we talk politics here, it's like we're not talking what somebody told us. I always used to say, like, political reporters and people like that oftentimes are only getting the story that we give them, right?
Yes,
you've never experienced it, so you're really just telling stories that other people tell you that want to spin. And I think what we try to do is give black folks here real behind the scenes, because both of us have practiced it and had it practiced on us. And then Ruthie,
I'm just trying to figure it out.
No, but Ruthie with the whole premise of, I really think that if we're going to solve this, it's like the Ruthie injection of where we are now and what young people and this generation feels are all part of how we bring what has to be the most comprehensive political coverage in the city right now, especially from a black perspective. So I'm going to say Mayor Lori Lightfoot. You said Mayor Lori Lightfoot. You said
Dr. Willie Wilson.
Dr. Willie Wilson. Can I also say I was in a...
You know, Wilson was ready to give Ruthie a check, but she was like, man, I got my own job.
When Dr. Wilson calls me, I'm going to answer.
Let me tell you. Can I just tell y'all something real quick? And this is a side note. I was in a meeting with Dr. Willie Wilson yesterday with some super high-tech rich guys. Like, you know, the kind that walk into the meeting and feel like they the smartest mugs in the room.
Right.
Can I tell you, Dr. Willie Wilson, and they was already like kind of, when I tell you that man ran circles around these people in this meeting, and to be sitting at the table, and there's 3 black people and 3 white people, and the 3 black people at the table are like the ones that's in, and and to watch a black man be like, you can take it or leave it. I'm going to be fine. I don't care how many millions, right? It was a beautiful moment. And I'm going to tell you, that was kind of the inspiration for this. Being in a space where somebody tell you, you can't talk about this, you can't do this, and being a black man and being like, no, you can't tell me what I'm going to do.
Say what he said. I'm tired of white folks telling me what to do with my money.
All right. Let's go to business. Who had the most impact on black business this year?
I'm going to say Willie Wilson.
Okay.
Because he, first he said he offered, his services to the state and the city and nobody took it. But then he went and still bought all these things or made them himself, but I still money, and gave them out. So he's the biggest black businessman I've seen in a long time.
Okay. And he did. You know what? That's a good one, Ty. Because he did give away more masks and more. I mean, he took care of everybody. You called him. He even took care of the elected officials. And real talk, Willie Wilson was the second advertiser because Solo Beauty was first. But the second advertiser to come to the station and double down. And when he came in, he was like, "Oh, y'all there? I'm not, yeah." And he helped us out some more. All right, so you said. Wait, you said Willie Wilson? Did you say Willie Wilson too?
Ruthie hasn't said anything.
Oh,
yet.
Ruthie, who'd you say?
I think economically we have been struggling. But in terms of business, I'm going to give it to the unsung hero, Tennille Jackson, for a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that she does to not just support With the Media, but all of those other black businesses that she been a part of.
What you trying to get, a Christmas tip or something?
I was thinking that's a good choice, and you kissed Maze's butt.
That's
that was
a great choice, Ruthie.
But it's crazy
you're right.
because some of my I like unapologetically support black businesses. So like for years, and so to find out that Tennille have been having a hand in some of these same businesses, it blows my mind.
But that was yours too?
No,
Oh,
that wasn't. But that's a good choice. You know what? So shout out to my sister, because in case y'all don't know, she provides infrastructure, setup, and all that good stuff, and organizes a lot of businesses, and is very instrumental in training black people and getting them developed and ready to do business around. So I got it. So I'm going to give Tennille a runner-up.
Who you got, Maze?
My two most impactful people for black business this year, State Senator Toy Hutchinson and State Representative Jahan Gordon Booth.
Uh-oh.
I think our glasses was half full. His is empty.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they had the biggest impact on black business this year because we watched as Prohibition 2.0 came about. And this year, we saw that Illinois will become, and Chicago in particular, will become the cannabis capital of the world. 3 of the 5 largest cannabis companies in the world will be located in Chicago. And with that, it has also become a $1 billion industry. They said that the revenue collected, the tax revenue collected, rivals the tax collected on alcohol. And next year will surpass alcohol as a tax revenue base. And in that, we successfully got settled. 0, none, zip, zilch. And I believe that generationally, we will have watched generational wealth be created right here in the state of Illinois. And I watched a live stream yesterday, and they said that they planned for it to go like this. Right? So I gotta say that the most impactful people on black business this year, the award for that goes to State Senator Toy Hutchinson and State Representative Jahan Gordon Booth. I look forward to them fixing it. Can I send a big? Let me let y'all know. Ricky Hendon sent me a note that said that today. There is, hold on, let me find Ricky's note. Todd, Ricky sent me a note that said today ECCSC will meet in front of Cresco's Sunnyside dispensary demanding equity and inclusion in the cannabis industry. They say there's going to be free samples. I don't know if it's going to be free samples. No shade.
Bring your own sample.
No shade. I ain't no shade on the free samples.
I heard something about a free sample.
They said it will take place today at, hold on. What time? At noon, December 22nd at noon, 3812 North Clark Street. I was going to say they taking it out the hood, but it ain't nothing in the hood.
Right.
3812 North Clark ECCSC will be meeting in front of Cresco. Cresco is one of the largest cannabis companies in the world. In front of their dispensary demanding equity and inclusion in the cannabis industry. Today, 12 o'clock, noon, 3812 North Clark. Y'all check it out if you have the ability to go. What y'all think about my pick? Bad? Good? No. Good, bad, indifferent.
I thought it was good and clever. So I don't like you.
Good one, Ty.
Oh my goodness. Look, where does the time go? It seems like we got, you know what, we're going to continue this because we're going to do the best of for some more of these episodes. So tomorrow we're going to figure out, we're going to continue this list. Who did it best? Who had the most impact on black people? Then we're going to compile it all into a list. Plus, don't forget y'all got Christmas presents. Did y'all see? Shout out to Bronzeville International Box. They stopped by and brought us gifts. Also, please want to encourage everybody to continue to support our talent. Use the Cash App or Venmo. That's $ Wiftaba Media. If you want to go to PayPal or Zelle, you can go to Wiftaba Media at admin@wiftabamedia.com. All right, y'all. Ruthie is showing y'all her Black Girl Magic bookmarks.
These are Black women magic bookmarks.
Oh.
See, Ruthie, I'm trying to help you. We're trying to get you.
I'm gonna be single forever, Maze. If I got to be sensitive.
Well, if you ain't gonna paint your toenails, you might. Hey, y'all.
You so funny, Maze.
I try. All right, y'all. So it is. Todd, you got anything you want to say? Ruthie, you got anything you want to talk about before we get out of here?
I wanted to say shout out to everybody out that wake up early with us in the morning. And we hope that we entertain y'all, but also give y'all a dose of reality.
Amen.
Take a walk around the block. I think it's supposed to be 52 degrees today or something crazy.
52, good
Todd, if
Lord.
they live in our neighborhood, you
Or
better
maybe
have your
that's
strap
tomorrow.
if you're gonna
Y'all ain't walking around. Y'all better drive
you
around.
know we don't walk around our neighborhood.
No, just don't drive around.
Right.
Drive slow. Don't drive slow around. Hey, y'all. Ruth, Sonia, you good? You got anything you want to say? You got that ticker. Yesterday, y'all.
Shout out to Sonia too for
Sonia
media.
too.
We're gonna put you for the media category.
Yeah, shout out to Paula Robinson. Shout out to Sonia Escobar for cutting these crazy promos that got people running around censoring us. Hey, y'all, shout out to everybody that tuned in that is watching. Yep. Don't be
and for coming back with us, y'all.
Yeah, they can. And then everybody, look, we got our numbers back, right? Because they can't censor us.
Yeah. Thank you for the clothes, Madam President Carrie Steele.
Good Lord, Ruthie around here getting bags and stuff.
I'm helping you clean out your closet space.
I'm with you, Ruthie. We got so many clothes at our house. I wish I had somebody I could give clothes to.
Well, you know, I was thinking I was going to dump out my closet and give it to Lil Ron, but you know,
that would be so nice, Maze.
Maybe Lil Ron
He
Lil
would
Ron
be so
suit.
fresh.
We get him a little suit. Maybe he could do something.
He probably gonna love your old zoo suits.
First of all, I don't got none of them no more. Hey, y'all. All right, y'all. We got to get up out of here. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, for my girl, Sonia Escobar, for Ruthie Moore and Ty Stroger. I am the host asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. Let me tell y'all, thank y'all to every single person that is sending out stars, that is contributing to the movement, making sure that our people look all good. Let me just say this thank you list: Darius Thomas, Frank Mays, Lucretia Burks, Tiger Lily, Hassan Alameen, Milton Ingram. Milton, I saw that, dog. You hitting hard. Shout out to Sharon Miner, Maria Munoz, Mary Ammons, and everyone else sending stars. Hey, y'all, we'll be back tomorrow. We out of here. Peace.